If you're running a small business, setting up a limited company is one of the smartest and most tax-efficient ways of getting paid for your work. In some cases, it can even give you the gravitas you need to pitch for work that you might not be able to get as a sole trader. Hi, I'm Tom from Crunch. We specialise in online accounting software for freelancers, contractors and small businesses. If you think you're ready to set up a limited company, I'm here to let you know how to go about doing it. So, let's get started. Step 1. Choosing which type of limited company you'd like to set up. The two choices are as follows. Firstly, you have a private limited company, usually known as an LTD, and on the other hand, you have a public limited company, usually known as a PLC. The latter, public limited companies, need to have a minimum share capital of £50,000, at least 2 shareholders, 2 directors, and a qualified company secretary. So most freelancers, contractors, and small businesses tend to go for a private limited company. Step 2. Picking a name. This part can be both fun and irritating in equal measure for most new limited companies. Like your web address or your Twitter handle, it needs to be completely unique, which is often harder than it sounds. There are a few ways to differentiate your company name to make sure it's completely unique. Limited companies can either use limited or LTD at the end of the company name, for example. Step 3. Actually setting the company up. If step 2 was the fun and frustrating part, this is the tricky and bureaucratic part. However, if you're organised, this is quite a simple thing to do. You just have to provide Companies House with certain personal details so that they can identify you as a director. These guys are responsible for all limited company registration in the UK, and they'll usually have your limited company set up in just a few hours. Top tip. If you head over to our Crunch Formations page to set up your company for just £10 and then choose Crunch as your accountant, we'll even refund the fee. Step 4. The Incorporation Process. There are certain documents that need to be completed and returned to Companies House in order to complete the incorporation process. The first of these is the Memorandum of Association. This specifies your business type, your company name and your location. Then there's the Form 10. This specifies your registered limited company address as well as your directors' names and addresses. Then there's the Form 12, which states that your company complies with the terms and conditions of the Companies Act. If you have an accountant in place or you use a formations company like Crunch, they'll usually do this on your behalf. Last but not least is the Articles of Association form. This outlines things like directors' powers and shareholders' rights. If you've had a formations company help you get set up, this is usually provided by them. Step 5. Taking care of the legal requirements. As a limited company director, you have certain legal responsibilities. For example, as we spoke about earlier, your new limited company needs to be registered with Companies House. HMRC must receive your annual accounts every year, as well as a completed annual corporation tax return. Any tax owed must be paid to HMRC within 9 months and 1 day of your limited company year end. Your confirmation statement, which includes details about your company and its shareholders, needs to be filed to Companies House every year. For more info on this, check out our video, What Are My Responsibilities as a Limited Company Director? Step 6. Get an accountant. One of the most important jobs of a good accounting service is to make sure that you spend as little time on your accounting as possible. At Crunch, our service combines online software with expert accountancy advice, so you have everything you need in one place. Your designated team will remind you of important tax dates and payments due, and show you ways of keeping your accounts in top shape. They'll advise you on allowable expenses and how to report on them so that you're as tax efficient as possible. They'll help you with things like estimating how much tax and national insurance you need to pay in your self-assessment every 6 months, or your quarterly VAT bill if you're VAT registered. They'll also help you ensure that you're not forgetting about a payment on account, which does catch many people out every year. Crunch can help you find the best package of limited company accountancy support for your business. Call us for a free consultation with one of our friendly advisors, or head over to crunch.co.uk for more information. From all of us here at Crunch, best of luck with setting up your limited company.